and watch the step cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's over. Preseason is done. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you. And I am the best reporting on the Eagles. It's that time of the year. It's that time of the year. Preseason is over. We learned a lot about some guys. We didn't learn enough about some guys. Some guys' stock went up, in my opinion. Some guys' stock went down. Let's talk about my top four. But before we get into that, go to PhillySportsTrips.com and get your chauffeur ride from Philadelphia down to FedEx Field Week 3. Gonna be a movie. A lot of great Eagles fans, great tailgate, food, beverage, all of that, you know what I'm saying? And your ticket to the game, man. See the bundle packages that they got to make that happen. Be a part of this season that we all think should end a certain way. Listen, man, it's four guys that I got that I feel like their stock went up. I feel like their stock is up going into this, roster cut that we about to go into this upcoming week. We got about 20 plus players that got to be cut. You know what I mean? To get our roster in game form, to get our roster rounded out for week 1, because it's time to start getting ready for the Detroit Lions. That's the bottom line, man. It's time to rest up. It's time to go through progressions. It's time to go through preparations. It's that time of the year. So these are the four guys that I think that made a case for themselves. And their stock is up into heavy consideration, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of the roster. First, we're going to start with Diontae Kane. I think it's obvious. It's obvious that, Diontae Kane, if he was your fifth wide receiver, you have a strong wide receiver group. You have a strong wide receiver group if Diontae Kane is your fifth wide receiver. I mean, he's made play after play all camp. He's made play in the preseason games. I really liked yesterday the reps that he got against the Miami Dolphins, first string defense. We kind of featured him. You know what I mean? He was the lone guy getting targeted. We featured him. That seemed to be the game plan, to see how he could deal with being the guy. And you know what I mean? And he was dealing with it. You know what I mean? Minshew threw a couple bad balls. He still was trying to adjust to those. You know what I mean? I think the pick 6 from Sign It. I think Sign It. Do I got him on here? You need to talk about him. I think Sign It. You know what I mean? He threw a bad ball as well. I think he was targeting Diontae Kane on that. So Diontae Kane, man, he all his opportunities that was given to him, he made the best of them. So, I think that, his stock is up. Devin Allen, another guy whose stock is up in my opinion. He only got one reception that wowed you during out the course of this, these preseason games. But that's a threat, man. That's a threat that can't be replicated. I mean, some guys are physical specimens, but some guys can have, extraordinary attributes. After 2 knee surgeries, being 27 years old, you're not supposed to be that fast. If he was able to consistently field punts for the Philadelphia Eagles, I think dude would be a lock to make the roster. Like, I don't know if I don't remember much of seeing him back there. You know what I mean? But even just him being on the field is just ridiculous. If you got the arm to get it out there to him, he's a threat for anybody. Grant Calcaterra, he showed me that he could be a tight end too. And he missed a lot of practice, and he still came back looking very impressive, in my opinion. And he looked impressive. You know what I mean? He looks like a mature player. He looks like he's not trying to do too much. He looks fundamentally sound. He's more athletic than a lot of people think. You know what I mean? I'm cool with it. As long as he can stay healthy, I'm cool. I think his stock is up. I think Covey's stock might be up too. Covey really didn't do anything, but Covey, I think he returned the punt yesterday. And he showed moves. He showed the ability to catch the ball and go forward. Like, we haven't had nobody that can do that simple thing in a long time. So I think, with us really not having a punt return guy right now, and listen, we got 2 weeks. A lot of moves could be made still. A lot of moves will be made around the NFL. You know what I mean? I expect the Eagles to make a move within these 2 weeks. It just wouldn't be right if they didn't. I feel like, with us not having a punt returner on the roster, it makes sense. Now let's talk about these guys, with their stock being down right now. Kvon Wallace, man. Kvon Wallace stock is extremely down, in my opinion. I mean, I think Kvon Wallace is less. What is Kvon Wallace good at? You know what I mean? Let's start there. Listen, I know you might be a great young man, but how are you contributing to the team? Every time I see Kvon Wallace on screen, he's a step slow behind the play. He's trying. You know what I mean? When has he made an impact play, though? You know what I'm saying? I don't remember an interception from Kvon Wallace, a big sack, a hit stick. I just see a guy out there. You know what I mean? And that's not what we need because we not that deep at safety. So I think, man, if you being for real, like keeping him around is really holding up a roster spot from somebody that would at least be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? At least a little bit better. Like, I feel like Josh Jobe, who's a guy whose stock is up too. I don't know how I forgot about him. I forget about Josh Jobe. You know what I mean? I think he could play safety. You know what I mean? I feel like he could play safety or something. That's how useless I think Kvon Wallace has been to us. You know what I mean? The project is over, man. The project is over. I don't know if he makes this roster to be a special teams guy, but I just don't see no use for him right now. Davion Teller. I'm willing to give Davion Teller another shot. You know what I mean? Because Davion Teller, like we talked about, if Davion Teller is your fifth linebacker, I'm not too mad about that. But, I expected Davion Teller to, kind of be a little more further along. Because was that Jim Schwartz defense? No, just last year, Davion Teller was making plays when he was thrusted into, playing time, into the playing position. I think Davion Teller is solid for special teams. I think him making the roster, I'm not mad at, but his stock is down, though, because he got some minutes to show, to stand out. Miles Sanders. Now, Miles Sanders' stock not down because of, ability. You know what I mean? In my opinion, Miles Sanders' stock is down because of availability. You know what I mean? He's coming into this with a lingering hamstring issue, and the trade rumors have been swirling around him heavily. So he didn't do enough to make himself safe from the trade rumors. He didn't do enough to make himself safe from the trade rumors. And the only way you could do that is in the game. You know what I mean? Miles Sanders really like his stock down to me because we keep talking about him being traded. Like, I would love to keep Miles Sanders because I think the chip on Miles Sanders' shoulder is going to translate over to the field. The chip on his shoulders is going to translate beautifully every Sunday. I'm telling you, man, I see a mean streak in him this season. But, he hasn't done enough to quiet the guys who can get him moved. That's just the bottom line, man. The bottom line. And Jalen Reagor, stock is down as well for the same reasons. Jalen Reagor, to be honest, his ability has been in question. His drive has been in question. His seriousness about getting better has been in question. You know what I mean? He was available a lot last year. He had a whole season to make a name for himself. Now, granted, you was coming in with a quarterback that was kind of still developing as a passer. First time in the offense. You know what I mean? First time head coach. He was coming into a lot of things. But so was Devontae Smith. Now, I'm not trying to compare the two, but Devontae Smith came into the same situation, broke Deshaun Jackson's rookie record. You know what I'm saying? It's no excuse for nobody. Now, I ain't say you got to go that hard, but come on, bro. You can't even get us a 400-yard season. You're a first-round pick. So it's like, I'm cool if you're the fifth guy. I'm cool because you know the system, you know the players you've been around. But I'm not cool if you got to get thrusted into a third wide receiver spot. I'm not cool. I'm not cool with that. Because we tried that last year with Smitty and Kvon Wallace. We start giving Kvon Wallace more reps towards the end. Now, granted, the combination of Smitty and Quez Watkins, not Kvon, the combination of Smitty and Quez Watkins is not the same combination as A.J. Brown and Smitty. Now, granted, I get that. So whoever's the third guy out of A.J. Brown and Smitty should eat. And now that goes to Quez Watkins, my problem is Quez should never overlapped you. Quez should have never, made a better name for himself. Like Diontae Kane is showing that he would be better in Reagor's position than Reagor is. So, stock down for obvious reasons, and we keep talking about moving him. I'm cool with where it's at. Give me your guys stock up, stock down. You know what I mean? Who do you think made a great impression during camp? And it's all about now at this point getting ready. It's all about getting ready for week 1. You know what I mean? Football is here. You know what I mean? And it's just the roster cuts are going to be crazy. I expect to see some surprises. I expect to see some guys we like to end up on the practice squad as well. Like, we got so much depth on this team that the practice squad should be better. The practice squad should be better. You probably could send Kvon Wallace there for real. You will have a legitimate case to move him to the practice squad so we can get it together. You know what I mean? But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Tune in to GOAT Talk tonight. Should be around 6 or 7 or something like that. We'll put it up there. We're going to let you know. Lil Brunson back at you. Like and subscribe.